He knocked me over. I landed on the dog bowl.
This one's wife. What the fuck? Hello. I'm HG Tudor. I anticipate that many of you have already had the misfortune of witnessing the video that this one's wife placed on her Instagram account yesterday as a purported celebration of Lilibet's 4th birthday. I don't think I need to say any more at this point other than let's have a look at the footage. I've removed the music to avoid copyright complications. And you may wish to have some bleach on hand to spray into your eyes in an attempt to remove what you're about to see. Here's the footage. What the fuck? We have seen plenty of nonsense from this one's wife over the years. In some respects, one wouldn't be surprised by this, and yet the crassness of this behaviour seems to really strike a new low. I explained to you some time ago that Instagram would prove her undoing. It's come to pass. I'm going to revisit that in a separate video, so look out for that. We see this one's wife and Harry in a hospital room. I understand that this is one of the rooms at the Santa Barbara Cottage Hospital. This one's wife is there presumably for the purposes of giving birth to the child that would be named Lilibet. And her priority is to stick a telephone in the corner of the room, play some music, and then film herself twerking. Yeah. Harry makes an appearance. At first viewing, one was unsure whether it was actually Harry, but you will see that when he first enters the frame from the left, you can see it's clearly him. Thereafter, it's more difficult to see him because he's out of the picture a lot of the time. And when he's in it, he's underneath the light, which makes seeing his facial features rather difficult. But what you do clearly see is this one's wife hogging the attention, staring into the camera, then looking at Harry as she dances, looking over her shoulder as if to say, "Tee-hee, aren't I cute?" On the assumption that this was filmed when she was in hospital prior to the birth, I'm going to be talking more about the issue of pregnancy in a separate video, you're about to give birth. It's your second child, so you might be a little more relaxed than the birth circumstances of your first child. But here, what is your primary concern? The welfare of your child? looking after yourself? No. It's to not only twerk, but to film it and play music. Demonstrative of the self-absorbed nature of this narcissist. This is a woman that has a royal title. Okay, she may no longer be a working member of the royal family, but she has a royal title, and she is not an 18-year-old girl. This is the way that she behaves. Naturally, she thinks that she's being funny and having fun, but it's a disgrace. She's meant to be royalty. Married in royalty, for sure, but at least still meant to be royalty. And what does she do? Well, she is a human being after all, and if she wants to have some fun, then so be it. As you all know, it's her narcissism driving this behaviour, making her believe that it's fun. But the fact is, if you wanted to do this, then fair enough. It's ridiculous, but just do it between you and your husband. But naturally she has to film it, and moreover, 4 years later, has to stick it on the internet. She decides she's going to release this video on her daughter's birthday. Once again, in her twisted mind, she thinks that she's doing something cute, showing that this is what happened before you came into the world. This is your mum having some fun. But we all know that because she's a narcissist, this is about overshadowing Lilibet's birthday, making it all about this one's wife. And furthermore, she exhibits no emotional empathy whatsoever for the embarrassment that she is causing to Lilibet by, 1, making it in the first place, and 2, then sharing it on social media, fixed with the knowledge that the world would see it and comment about it. She hasn't given a shit about Lilibet in the creation of and distribution of this video. This is the woman that maintains that she wants privacy, and yet this is the way that she behaves. As I mentioned earlier, if you want to dance like an idiot, go ahead. But you don't need to film it, and you certainly don't need to share it. Lilibet has no say in what you're doing. You are behaving in a self-absorbed manner, doing what matters for you. There'll be those that will say, well, privacy means if she wants to release it, then she can. But it means that she doesn't want other people prying into her lives. Well, unfortunately, that is not a sustainable argument. For if you want privacy, it works both ways. If you want the world to leave you alone, don't keep inviting the world in by posting stuff on your Instagram, leaking information and organising PR puff pieces. Privacy means leave me alone, and I will also give you no cause to want to enter into my world. This one's wife, when she talks about privacy, what she means is, you are not allowed to comment on me. I can show you what I like, but you must only ever speak favourably about it. That is not seeking privacy. That is about seeking control, the first prime aim of the narcissist. This video absolutely undermines the suggestion that she was actually pregnant. I'm not going to say anything more about that at this juncture other than to flag it with you. I believe that this issue of the pregnancy and its legitimacy deserves a video in its own right, which will be coming to you later today. It's clearly an attempt to clap back, to use the common parlance, at the not pregnant allegations. And this has spectacularly backfired. It has caused those that might question whether there's a pregnancy or be in two minds as to, was she? I'm not really sure, to now believe, no, she wasn't pregnant for reasons that I'll elucidate in a separate video. But all across social media, below the line, on forums, people have been posting words to the effect of, "I wasn't entirely convinced either way. This has convinced me she wasn't pregnant. I was in two minds about whether she was pregnant. This display convinces me that she never was." Others might state, "I never believed she was pregnant, and this proves it." This behaviour is pathetic. My sister-in-law is a nurse, and I also have a friend who is a midwife. And I've spoken to both of them, and they had seen the video, and I asked them, have you, or some of your colleagues, and please don't go and speak to them, ever witnessed similar behaviour from an expectant couple? Both of them said no. None of their colleagues had ever witnessed this, with decades of experience between them all. It's also important to note that this was posted by this one's wife. It's not come from a third party. It's not a private moment that's been leaked by an employee. It's not some AI creation. It's not some clever camera work involving lookalikes. It's her, and she created it, and she released it. That is a very important point. This isn't the behaviour of a royal. It's crass, it's tacky, it's trashy, and it is, for reasons that I will be demonstrating in the forthcoming videos, a spectacular own goal. But for the moment, it simply elicits, what the fuck? You can go and bleach your eyeballs now, valuable viewers, and once your sight has returned, you can let me know your thoughts in the comments section about this development. What was your initial reaction when you witnessed this video? What did you think when you saw it? And do you think now this really is the undoing of this one's wife, that all credibility has now become shattered? Share your thoughts in the comments. I'm HG Tudor. Thank you for watching.